Yes, good afternoon. So we've finished with all the three mapping cardinalities: one to many to one, and many to many. Participation constraint also we have done total and partial. If all the records are participating in at least one relationship, then it is total. Otherwise, it is partial. And we have started with ER diagram, actual ER diagram. Right? Various symbols we have gone through. These are the symbols, and then we have seen some part of the diagram. This you cannot say it's a total complete ER diagram, but it's a smaller portion of, you can say, ER diagram. And then we have seen few constraints. Then in some books, the format is this. We need to start from here. So today we are going to finish this unit. Only smaller two topics are remaining, and then I'll show you the actual ER diagrams. So weak entity set. Let me show you first one example why this is necessary. Consider there is a loan and people will pay the loan with some installment, right? Installment 1, installment 2, installment 3. When you borrow some money from the bank, and then you need to pay the money with help of installment. Consider the table called installment, where the columns are installment number, amount, date. Installment number, amount, and date. For example, people are paying installment in 5 installments, all the loan considered. So installment number, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amount, for example, 1,000. Some date, right? For example, 5/08/21. What is? So customer's first installment, 1,000 is the amount. Date is 5th August. Second installment, 6th August. Now tell me, with the bank, is there any loan or multiple loans? Multiple loans, right? So consider this is for second loan. Same. Now this amount is, for example, 1,200. And consider the dates are same. This is for third loan. And dates are same. Okay. The bank, consider bank is having 3 loans. These are the installment numbers and amount and the date. Now tell me which column you will nominate here as a primary key. I am asking about primary key. Yesterday we have defined primary key, if you have remembered.
So amount, sir.
Tell me what is primary key. To uniquely identify a row. Now which column is uniquely identifying the row? Is there any column where uniquely identified? No. Uniquely identifying means value should not be repeated or value should not be null. if you nominate any column as a primary key, then there are two conditions. One, nulls not allowed, means you cannot keep it blank. Second, value should not be repeated. That means if your enrollment number are same, will you differentiate between two students? Name may be same, city may be same, country may be same, and enrollment number also will be same. Then what to differentiate? Now, if I tell you installment number 1 customer with installment number 1 have paid the installment, which there are 3. 1, 2, 3. Which customer have paid? You don't know. Right. Now, this is weak entity set. When your table is not having any column which you can nominate as a primary key, that is weak entity set. If your weak entity set does not have any column which you can nominate as a primary key, is a weak entity set. Got this? What is the solution? Now let me tell you. If I enter loan number, talk about this is L1. This is loan 2. This is loan 3. Can loan number be a primary key? Can loan number be a primary key? Can loan number be a primary key? No, because again loan numbers are repeating. L1 is 5 times, L2 is 5 times, L2 is 5 times. Then again you are a problem, you are in a problem. And what is the solution? Can combinedly I can make these both as a primary key? You see the combined value. Is this combined repeated? L11 is there. Can you find L11 anywhere? L12. Can you find L12 anywhere? Same. Can you find just combination repeated everywhere, anywhere? This is the solution. And this is composite key. What is that? Composite key. Where combination should not be repeated. Anyway, see, this 1 is repeated, 2 is repeated, L1 is repeated, L2 is repeated, but L1 and 1 is not repeated. This is composite key. We'll do the same practical in lab also. Got my point? So now let's go to the weak entity set. An entity set that does not have a primary key is referred as weak entity set. The existence of weak entity set depends upon existence of identifying entity set. So weak entity set does not exist alone. It needs some other entity set which does have primary key. Got my point? If weak entity set does not have primary, if you don't have anything, you depend on someone. If you don't have anything that you want, then you are depending upon someone. Same, weak entity set does not have the primary key, then what is the solution? You depend upon the someone which is having primary key, and that someone is called identifying entity set. We'll take example also. Same. The discriminator or partial key of weak entity set is the set of attributes that distinguish among all the entities in the weak entity set. So in our case, the discriminator is nothing but installment number. The primary key of weak entity set is formed by the primary key of strong entity set, on which the weak entity set is existence is dependent plus the weak entity set's discriminator. Let's take example, then you will understand this. This is payment. So installment means installment. We have taken installment. Payment number, payment date and amount. So this is weak entity set, we have already seen, because payment number will be repeated, date also will be repeated, and payment amount also will be repeated. So this is weak entity set, and you can see it is double rectangle. But if I relate this with a strong entity set where loan number is unique. Is there any loan with two loans with the same loan number? Now if I relate this, and what is the new primary key? Loan number and the payment number. Is there any payment two times for the same loan? I have paid my first installment 2 times. Is it possible? If you combine loan number like we have combined here, loan number and payment number, then you will be your primary key. Right. So your ER diagram or database should not allow a weak entity set alone. That means there should not be any table in your ER diagram or in the database which is a weak entity set or which does not have any primary key. Got it, everyone? Yes or no? Any table without primary key should not be allowed. There should be at least one column. If it is not there, then you depend upon someone like this. Now, I'm giving you 2 minutes. Explain me this real world. Now you know this is total participation. This is many to one. Explain this meaning. Yesterday we have taken so many examples. First tell me why total participation from payment to loan payment. What is the meaning of that? You told it reverse. Every payment should have at least one loan. Is there any installment without loan? I have not taken any loan, but I will do repayment. Is it possible? Every payment should be associated with at least one loan. All the payment is associated with at least one loan. Is there any payment without loan? That's why total. Now explain this. One to many. A loan maybe have multiple payment. A loan will be having multiple payments. Yes or no? If I am taking loan of $1 million, then I will repay it in the installment. Means one loan, many installment. But is there any installment which belongs to multiple loan? This is my installment number 1 of this loan and this loan. Is it possible? One to many. Repeat. Repeat or understood? Repeat. Should I repeat or understood? At least say yes or no.
So can you repeat, sir?
Repeat?
Yes, sir.
Understood. Okay. Extended ER feature. There are some advanced ER feature we will only learn once, which is specialization and generalization. Specialization and generalization. Let's see. Consider there is a company There is a company where some person are working. So person is the entity with the attribute person ID, name, street, and city. Now the person can be either employee or customer. Either employee or customer. So what we are doing? Specialization. A person can be either employee or customer. So we are categorizing or we are specializing it. Now employee can be further specialized in the officer. It can be officer or teller. Teller means that person which makes the bill. Cashier or secretary. Right. Customer it is not, but customer, for example, you can specialize regular customer or normal customer. Something like this. So if you go from top to bottom, you are specializing the entity. And when you are going bottom to top, you are generalizing. For example, officer is an employee and every employee is a person, obviously. Like here in our university, person, student, staff also, professor, lab assistant, non-teaching staff, professor also, assistant professor, associate professor, professor. Like you, when you go from top to bottom, you are specializing the thing, and from bottom to top, then you are generalizing the thing. People are not frequently using, but many people are using this feature in your ER diagram. Understood? It's a very small topic, just specialization top to bottom, generalization bottom to top. Okay? Yes? You look tired. I know it's a fourth lecture, but what can I do? Huh? So topics are over for this, but from this unit, 1 or 2 questions of 6 marks definitely will be asked. Draw the ER diagram. Draw the ER. The student who are online also listen. 1 or 2 questions will be definitely asked in your exam. Confirm. Draw the ER diagram of college management system. Draw the ER diagram of hospital management system. Draw the ER diagram of library management system. Draw the ER diagram of banking management system. That means you need to draw the entire ER diagram. Now I'll show you how a ER diagram looks like. 6 marks. Now there is no fixed ER diagram for any system. It depends upon the requirement. So in the banks, this is ER diagram of a bank. If you see the entity, this is customer. It means all the customer related information stored here. Employee, dependent name, employment length, start date, joining date, telephone number, employee name. Then bank is having customer, employees, customer. Then bank is having account. Bank is having loan. Now loan is having payment. Account is having deposit. Then bank is having branch. So let me tell you how to draw the ER diagram. This is ready-made, you can understand. When you are asked, for example, library management system, you need to think what type of database I should there. First, books database. Then employee database. Then issue or return means user database. Then fourth one is stock. Fifth one is payment. Right, same for hospital. Hospital, what diagram you should have? Rooms, hospital room management system, then doctor management system, then treatments, then medicines, then patients. So this is bank. This is which ER diagram this is? Which system ER diagram is it? It is bookshop or online bookstore management system or bookshop, where books related information is there, author is there. Now they are related by books is written by author, then publisher, books is published by publisher. Warehouse means stock, shopping basket, basket of customer. So bookshop is having publisher, author, book, stocks and customer. 6 marks I am telling you, 1 or 2 questions. That means 12 marks of weightage. This is hospital. Medicine, equipments, treatment, patient, employee, records, all these things. So now what is your job? It is not possible to teach each and every ER diagram. But there are thousands of ER diagrams. So you need to practice at your own. You can find sample diagram on the internet also, sample diagram of ER diagram of bookshop or hospital management or employee management or movie theater or e-shopping or mobile commerce. There are n number of ER diagram. Let me show you. For example, ER diagram of library management system. Go to images. You will find n number of ER diagrams. See. This is ER diagram of library management system. I say anything. Hostel, this is for hostel management system. Then hotel. Any you will find. Right? So study this as many as you can. In exam, try to draw and try to include everything that we have studied, like many-to-many one participation constraint or mapping cardinalities of attributes. Then you will get good marks. Fine. Okay. So we have finished this unit here. Unit number 2. The requirement of the system will be given on exam. No. The requirement will not be given. You need to assume at your own. Top down is generalization. No, top down is specialization. Bottom up is generalization. I'll ask. Any doubt, any queries to anyone? Your mid-semester exam syllabus is unit 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 we have finished. From next week, we will be starting the unit number 3, which is Relational Database Management System. In the lab, I'll be telling you how to create the account in the Oracle for the Oracle certification. Fine? You want to see the diagram, right? Which diagram you want? Bank. All the shape. Everything is given in book. This is not my content. Don't worry. Okay, fine. So we'll stop here. Okay, thank you. Students who are online, they can leave.